Okay, so we're back in the kitchen, and today we're going to make ribs in the Instant Pot. We're going to start off with a dry rub, and then we're going to put a sauce on it. We're going to let it cook. We're going to thicken up that sauce to make a barbecue sauce, and it's all keto, low carb, and sugar free. So let's get cooking. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is make the dry rub. So in this little bowl, I'm going to mix up a half of a teaspoon of allspice, a half of a teaspoon of ground coriander, a teaspoon of paprika, a teaspoon of onion powder, a teaspoon of garlic, a half a teaspoon of pepper, a tablespoon of sweetener. This is xylitol because that's what I have right now, but you can use erythritol or stevia, whatever you like. Now I'm going to put a good heaping tablespoon of that in there, and then about 2 tablespoons of salt. All right, give that a mix. All right, it's looking good. So now, let's clean up our bottles and make some room. In this pan, I've cut up about 5 pounds of pork spare ribs. So I'm going to pour that dry rub, sprinkle it all over. I'm going to rub it all into the meat and put it in the Instant Pot. Okay, so there's the ribs with the dry rub on it, and I put it in my Instant Pot. So now let's make the sauce. Okay, so in this bowl I have half of a tablespoon of ground allspice. I'm going to put in a half of a teaspoon of onion powder. A half of a tablespoon of dry mustard. A quarter of a teaspoon of liquid smoke. Half of a cup of water. Two tablespoons of red wine vinegar. 2 tablespoons of xylitol, because I don't have any erythritol right now. So 2 tablespoons. That'll be 4 of these. 2, 3, 4. And a half of a cup of reduced sugar ketchup, which you can get at any store really anymore. Heinz makes it, but I prefer not to use it. So I have this sugar-free ketchup by Nature's Hollow that I ordered on Amazon, and it's actually sweetened with xylitol. So this is what I'm going to use. Half of a cup. Okay, so give it a whisk. Stir it up really good. Oh man, that's good. Okay, then we're going to pour this into our Instant Pot and start cooking it. All right, here we go. Pour that sauce all over the place. I'm actually going to put my gloves on, and I'm going to make sure every piece of rib has some of that sauce on it. Okay, so I've put the ribs in the Instant Pot, and I'm going to turn it on, pressure cook on normal for 35 minutes. And start. There we go. It's starting. So we'll check back in 35 minutes. Alright, so I already had Alicia stop by and I gave her a few of my ribs. So now I'm going to put them in a container so that we can make some thicker barbecue sauce. Okay, so I turned the Instant Pot on saute, and now it's coming to a boil. Oh, it's steaming up. You can't hardly see it. But I'm adding a quarter of a teaspoon of xanthan gum. I'm going to whisk it in until it gets thick. Take my word for it. You can't see it because it's all steamy. Okay, so barbecued, flavored pork ribs, spare ribs, in and out of the Instant Pot in 35 minutes. And let me tell you, these are fall off the bone tender. So good. So the sauce turned out pretty good. I would probably add a little bit of chili powder to it or something to give it a little bit of spiciness, maybe a little bit more smoke. I'm going to tweak the recipe and kind of make it to my liking because I like my barbecue sauce a little bit spicy. So there you go. Barbecued pork spare ribs. Yum. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed my recipe for barbecued ribs in the Instant Pot. And if you try the recipe, and if you like it, or if you don't like it, let me know in the comments below. I'd really like to know what you think. So that's all that I have for today. So until next time, keep calm and keto on.